Hi there, and welcome to this instructional video on how to do a live Twitter feed to an AWS RDS Postgres database. My name's Peter Hansens, and welcome to this video. So first things first, a little bit about myself. I'm an analytics consultant. I've worked for around 10 years in the field, and my most recent roles have been at BT Financial Group, part of Westpac, and Suncorp. So enough about me. Let's take a look at what we're going to do in this course, or in this video, sorry. So first up, we'll set up our Twitter account. We'll be creating an app within Twitter. Then we'll set up our AWS account. This is assumed knowledge, so I won't actually be taking you through that. I won't take you through setting up an IAM role either. That'll be assumed knowledge as well. But then after that, I'll show you if you do have any struggles with setting up an AWS account and an IAM role. I'll show you some courses later on that'll help you out with that they do a much better job than I can of explaining that to you and the rest of AWS services. So I'll have that some links to you shortly. But then after that, once you've successfully logged into AWS, we can begin setting up a virtual private network with roles and security groups. Then we'll set up a Postgres database on RDS. After that, we'll download phadmin and connect to the Postgres database. Then once we're connected to the Postgres database, we'll create a Twitter table, and so that we've got a place for the data to land, and then we'll begin the process of setting up an EC2 instance, a computer in the cloud, so that we can install Python and some packages, and also the script, so that we can connect to the Twitter API and start polling for new messages according to the keywords that we've provided. This EC2 instance needs to be set up in the same availability zone as the Postgres database, so a lot of the things that we'll be doing while setting up the virtual private network will help in that regard, but I do encourage you to follow on quite carefully and diligently, as if you don't do things according to the set instructions, you might end up finding yourself with an EC2 instance that can't communicate with the Postgres database, and so it all won't work. Yeah, so like I said, we'll once we've got the Python and the packages and the script installed, we'll run the script, we'll get some data flowing through. This isn't all of it though, because as soon as our session times out, the script will just stop running, and so we'll need to get the script to run continuously, and I'll show you how to do that. So effectively it'll just run until you terminate the instance or reboot it or something like that. And then after that, we'll wait a few hours, get a bit of data into the database, and then we'll put a quick viz together using Tableau Public. Awesome. So, bit of a plug. I got a lot of this information from Tableau Junkie on how to put this live Twitter feed together, and you can find a lot of the information on his post down the bottom there, creating a live Twitter feed. I encourage you to go to it and check out his site. He's got some really great content. When I was following this particular example, creating a live Twitter feed, I found that there are a few challenges in getting it up and running. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to pass on a lot of the knowledge that I gained in setting up my own live Twitter feed, so that you guys don't have to go through the same hurdles that I encountered, and you can get your live Twitter feed up and running in a shorter time frame. That's certainly my hope. I've found Tableau Junkies help quite useful, and I certainly do hope that you find my additions most beneficial. So, how to learn AWS. Look, I've found AWS, some of the courses on Udemy, very helpful, particularly the courses from A Cloud Guru. Ryan Cronenberg is the guy that runs a lot of those courses. They're very thorough. In particular, his course on the Solutions Architect Associate exam, that gives a very comprehensive run through of all the AWS solutions available. It's a great way to get your head around the full breadth of what's on offer there. So enough about that, let's get started. So I'll just quickly jump into Tableau Junkies web page, and we can see here that he's got the instructions, and this is the final product that he's produced. I won't be going into the front-end visualization in this video. I'll just get the data and produce a very simple viz. I think most of the people will be interested in really setting up this Amazon RDS instance and getting the live Twitter feed into the database and just being able to connect to that. And after that, if there's enough interest, I'll set up, do another video on how to do how to live stream from the RDS Postgres database. But so he's made 4 steps in his instructions here, and I found there are a few hurdles to get through. Installing some of these packages just wouldn't happen on a EC2 instance, and also a few of the tricks in terms of getting the RDS database in the same availability zone as the EC2 instance. So I'll help you out setting all of that up. And here's the Udemy courses, specifically the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate course. This is a wonderful course. Couldn't recommend it more highly enough. This will teach you all you need to know about how to set up a AWS account and IAM roles and the like. So highly encourage you to get onto this. So without further ado, let's dive straight into the content. And first things first is we need to set up a Twitter app. So how do we do this? We go to apps.twitter.com. I'm signed in as myself. I'll create a new app. We'll call this new Twitter app. We'll look at the Australian big four banks. For the website, I'll just put my own website, peterhansons.com.au, and I'll just put the same callback URL. I don't think it really matters. If you find that it does, please let me know, leave a comment, and I'll have a look into updating it. Okay, so, alright. this up. Oh. Let's see if this works. Okay. Right. Use my old blog. Let's give this a go. Awesome. Okay, so we're in. Apologies about that. So now what we need to do is we need to manage, click on this, we've got a consumer key API and we need to manage keys and access tokens. So we'll jump in here and we'll regenerate consumer keys and secret keys. Do we want to do that? No, sorry, we'll create a my access token. Perfect. So we've got the access token and the access token secret here, and the consumer API and the consumer secret here. Great. All right. So next up, we need to